Hi Crossover Yogis, my name's Olivia. I'm one of the exercise specialists here at Crossover, and today we're going to go over part 2, or the intermediate part of our yoga flow. So if you haven't already checked out part 1, go back and take a look. You'll get acquainted with sun salutations, which are an important part of today's flow. So we're going to kind of jump right in. So if you need a warm-up, go check out part 1. So find tabletop position. We're on hands and knees. You want your hands about shoulder distance apart, knees about hip distance apart. Go ahead and tuck all 10 toes. And we're immediately going to lift the knees and hold our quadruped position for 10 seconds. So when you're ready, lift those knees to hovering. Pull the belly button in towards the spine and hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Send the butt up towards the ceiling. Look back towards your belly button. Keep a soft bend to the knee. Downward facing dog. Let's take a full breath here in downward facing dog. Inhaling through the nose. Exhaling through the nose. And when you're ready, look to the front of your mat. Step, walk, or float. Feet meet the hands. You want your big toes touching and maybe a little pizza slice between the heels. As you exhale, let the body hang heavy. Ragdoll. And when you're ready, start to bend those knees generously, drawing the tailbone towards the back side of the mat. Lift the chest and bring those hands to prayer, palms to touch. Holding chair pose, just building a little bit of heat through those legs. And when you're ready, reach the fingertips back down towards the ground and rise up. Tall mountain, reach those fingertips up towards the ceiling. And on your exhale, keeping a neutral spine, dive forward. And let it go, back into ragdoll, letting everything hang heavy. Let's plant the hands on the front of the shins and start to shine the crown of the head forward, finding a neutral spine. And as you exhale, forward fold. Let it hang heavy. Go ahead and plant those hands about shoulder distance apart. We're going to step back into tall plank. From tall plank, we're going to take a vinyasa. You're welcome to do this from your knees if that feels better for you. Let's shift forward on our toes. Keep the elbows hugging the waistline. Lower into chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Pressing the top of the feet into the mat. Maybe those knees are floating. And exhale, downward facing dog. Draw those heels down towards the floor. Keep a soft bend to the knees, looking back towards your belly button. On your next inhale, we're going to lift the right leg high, three-legged dog. Keep those toes pointed down. And when you're ready, we're going to draw the heel in towards the butt. Start to shift the body weight forward. Try to tap knee to nose, and then exhale back into three-legged dog. Again, draw the heel towards the butt, shift forward. This time, we're going to set that right foot in between the hands, low lunge. So that right foot came all the way forward, right in between the palms. We're in a low lunge position. From here, we're going to lower that left knee towards the floor. And we're going to rise up, lifting those fingertips up towards the ceiling. Check in with those hips, making sure the left hip's pulled forward, right hip's pulled backwards. And as you exhale, bring the fingertips to the floor, shift the hips backwards. Little runner stretch, hamstring stretch. Inhale, come back into low lunge. This time, lift the left knee, and we're going to rise up to crescent lunge. So find your balance on that right foot. Rise up, crescent lunge, fingertips up towards the ceiling. Find a neutral pelvis. One full breath here. And on your exhale, spin that left foot to the floor, warrior two. So in warrior two, we're looking for a 90-degree angle here. We're going to try to pull the tailbone underneath us, stacking tailbone to spine. Arms are in this T shape. Pull those pinkies back. And on your next exhale, we're going to start to straighten that right knee. Reach the left fingertips down the left leg, and that right arm comes up and over, reverse warrior. And exhale, back to warrior two. Keeping this right knee bent, we're going to bring the elbow on top of that right thigh, or you can reach your fingertips all the way to the inside of that right arch, taking side angle, extended side angle. So find a version that works for you, trying to stack those shoulders, big hip, hamstring, groin opener here. And when you're ready, let's rise back up, warrior two. This time we're going to straighten that right knee and take triangle. So from triangle, shift your torso all the way forward, reaching those right fingertips, maybe to the shin or the ankle of that right foot. Trying to keep a long torso, stacking those shoulders. And when you're ready, cartwheel those hands to the floor, bend the right knee generously. We're back in our low lunge. Step back, tall plank. We're going to cycle through Vinyasa, or we can just meet in downward facing dog. So go ahead, shift forward if you'd like. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. And let's take that sequence on the left. So one full breath here in downward facing dog. And when you're ready, on your next inhale, lift that left leg high. Keep those toes pointed down. Draw the heel towards the booty. Shift forward, try to tap knee to nose, and then back to three-legged dog. This time, go ahead and shift forward, but plant that left foot between the palms. Low lunge. Drop to that right knee. We're in a kneeling low lunge. Feel free to untuck the toes on the right. Rise up, fingertips towards the ceiling. And then bring those fingertips back to the ground. Shift backwards. Little hamstring stretch, runner stretch, maybe flexing the toes back towards your face. Shift back forward, low lunge. This time, lift the right knee. We're going to take it to crescent lunge, so rise up. Whoops. And it's okay if you take a spell. Rise up, crescent lunge. That's why it's called practice. Try pulling that left hip crease backwards, pulling the right hip crease forward. I'm going to have my back sided to you. Sorry, guys. This time, spin that right heel down, warrior two. Again, trying to find as close to a 90-degree angle here on the left leg. Tuck that tailbone and draw those pinkies back towards each other. And when you're ready, start to straighten that left knee. Reach the right fingertips down the right leg. Left arm comes up and over, reverse warrior. Excellent. Back to warrior two. This time, side angle. So you're welcome to keep your left elbow on top of that left thigh, or you can draw the fingertips towards the inside of the left arch. Bend that left knee generously. Try to stack those shoulders, reach up all the way up, keeping that tailbone tucked. And then back to warrior two. Start to straighten that left knee and taking triangle. So again, we're trying to keep a tall torso here, a long torso. So reach that left arm as far forward as you can, bringing the left fingertips maybe to the shin or the ankle. Reaching that right arm up towards the ceiling, stacking those shoulders, triangle. And then cartwheel those hands to the floor, back to low lunge. Step back, tall plank. You can take a vinyasa or just meet me in downward facing dog. One full breath here in downward facing dog. And when you're ready, we've got one more posture. We're going to draw the right foot to the outside of the right wrist, and then the left foot to the outside of the left wrist. So you're in this wide stance. Maybe the feet are about mat width apart. And we're going to finish our sequence here with a yoga squat. So with feet mat distance apart, the toes are maybe turned out a little bit like a ballerina. And we're going to start to draw the tailbone down towards the ground, lifting the chest as we do so, maybe bringing those elbows to the inside of the knees, using those elbows to drop that tailbone towards the ground, trying to stack tailbone, spine, and maybe the head, and feeling this big opening through the pelvis, through the hips, inner thighs. And you're welcome to find stillness or movement here. Some of us will be a little bit more like this. That's totally okay. Couple more breaths. And when you're ready, go ahead and bring those hands behind you. There's no elegant way to do this, just drawing your butt to the ground. Send those legs away from you. Start to slowly lower yourself, maybe one vertebrae at a time, all the way to the floor. And find a comfortable posture. Let those legs lay open, palms facing the ceiling. Shake out whatever needs to be wiggled out. And maybe you close your eyes. Maybe you find normal respiration. And maybe you just rest here for another minute or two. That was part 2 of our yoga series. Stay tuned, and thank you.